Anna Jernigan grew up in Brunswick, Georgia. She was a dancer growing up and performed her first recital at just 2 years old. She continued to train dancing into adolescence, performing in school events and Broadway shows. But by the time she was in middle school, Anna knew her ultimate dream wasn't to be a dancer, it was to be a pro wrestler. Her father was a huge wrestling fan and they'd watch wrestling together every week, and even cut promos around the house. She grew up with 2 brothers who weren't crazy about wrestling, but her and her father bonded over their love of sports entertainment. Her whole family knew she wanted to be a wrestler, including her aunt and uncle, who were family friends with Ray Lloyd, better known as Glacier in WCW. He invited Anna to attend a new wrestling school he was opening with QT Marshall, then known as Power Factory. This is the school many AEW fans now know as the Nightmare Factory. In 2017, Anna traveled to Atlanta for what she calls a super camp, having never even set foot in a wrestling ring before. She stayed for a day and would make trips back periodically, until June 2018, when she moved to Atlanta to train full-time. The following year in September, Anna made her wrestling debut at Glacier's Battle of Ultima charity event in a tag team match with QT Marshall. The show was held in her hometown of Brunswick and was attended by her family and friends, including her father. She cut a promo before the match, which she cites as a full circle moment, remembering all the times she would cut promos with her father as a kid. Full speed ahead, she hit the indie scene under the ring name Anna Jayy and began developing her star of the show gimmick, a character inspired by her past as a dancer. She often performed in Broadway shows wearing a top hat and cuffs, which she then adopted as part of her wrestling persona. Anna worked events for Georgia Premier Wrestling and Empower Wrestling, where she crossed paths with future AEW fellow Amber Nova. She was still training at the Nightmare Factory in 2020 when the COVID-19 pandemic reached new heights. AEW began taping shows at the school without crowds and did not have access to a significant portion of their roster during this time. It was due to these circumstances that Anna Jayy was noticed by people in the company. In need of talent and impressed by her character work and charisma, they decided to give her a shot. Anna Jayy made her AEW debut April 1st, 2020, on an episode of Dynamite filmed at the Nightmare Factory. Despite a losing effort against Hikaru Shida, her natural presence and affinity for character work impressed AEW and fans alike. It was announced on April 6th, just 5 days later, that she had signed with the company and was officially All Elite.